It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the opening session of the ICMATSE24 International Conference organized by the ICMATSE Committee. We are truly honored to have you here with us today. Değerli konuklarımız, şimdi açılış konuşmalarını yapmak üzere konferans başkanımız Profesör Doktor Sayın Hakan Ateş'in kürsüye teşriflerini arz ederim. Buyurun Sayın Hocam. Now, I would like to invite our conference chair, Professor Dr. Hakan Ateş, to the stage to deliver his opening remarks. Please, Professor, the stage is yours.
Dear guests, dear parliamentarians, dear Hocam, dear Vice Rector, Rectors, esteemed academics, esteemed students, welcome to ICMATSE 2024 conference. I am big honor and happy to welcome you here. As you know, conferences are the heart of the scientific community. They are the most precious legacy we can leave to our students. Welcome back. Yesterday, we experienced the profound sorrow of losing 5 brave martyrs in a heinous terrorist attack targeting the Turkish aerospace industry, TUSAŞ facility in Kahramanmaraş. We also extend our heartfelt wishes for a recovery to the 22 citizens injured in this despicable attack. We strongly condemn this cowardly act aimed at one of the most strategic institutions in our national defense industry. The pain of losing our martyrs has deeply affected our nation. Their honorable memory will further strengthen Turkey's determination to stand on its own feet in the defense industry and continue its struggle for national independence. These violent attacks will not deter us from our goal, but will instead reinforce our unity and resilience. Furthermore, we regret to inform you that one of the invited speakers for our event today, Professor Dr. Lokman Kuzu, Deputy General Manager of the Space System at TUSAŞ, will not be able to join us today due to this tragic incident. We fully understand his absence under these circumstances, and we hope to meet again in the near future. On this occasion, we offer our deepest condolences to the families of our martyrs, wish a speedy recovery to injured, and extend our heartfelt sympathy to the entire nation. The journey of independence in our defense industry, led by TUSAŞ, will continue with determination, supported by the unwavering strength of our people despite all challenges. Before we begin, I kindly invite you all to join me in a moment of silence to honor our fallen heroes for 1 minute. Thank you very much. Teşekkür ediyorum. Actually, I prepared a good presentation PowerPoint slides. Because of this situation, I don't share now. Only I will say a little bit information about the material science, what is the material science, and importance of the material science, especially as you know, it is on the intersection of the general engineering area. Dear esteemed guests, throughout the human history, we study and development of materials have been at the core of the human progress. When we look at the early civilization, people had access to only a few naturally occurring materials. But over the time, they discovered new techniques and expanded their knowledge, leading to the development of the wide range of materials that transform the way humanity lived. In fact, when we reflect on the journey of the materials up until today, we can see incredible advancements made by enhancing their properties. These materials have shaped our societies and improved our quality of life in countless ways. However, we must also acknowledge the darker side of this progress. Sadly, the same advancement have been used not only for the betterment of humanity, but also in the context of waste, but also in context of wars, massacres, and even genocides. Tragic examples of which the witness today in places like Palestine and Lebanon. I am testing some part of the slide. In Turkey, there are 206 universities. Some of them, especially concentrated on material science, nanotechnology, manufacturing, engineering, and so on. These are in the way of the competitive way of the degree. These provide us the progress in their work. Especially related to nanotechnology, nanoscience, material science, manufacturing, Turkey's future strategies for all these areas have been estimated and determined by the Scientific and Technological Research Council of Turkey, and they have been given their website. When we talk about the previous ICMATSE conferences, ICMATSE 2022, from the 20 countries, 100 articles were presented, 20 keynotes and invited lecturers participate, selected papers were forwarded to Science Station Index journals, and all of them published. In this conference, ICMATSE 2024, Until now, we have more than 30 keynotes and invited speakers, more than 140 papers will presented, delivered here, and actually we prepare some social activities like segments and other things. But today we like at the end. Many thanks for your participation. I wish you have a good conference. Thank you very much.
Şimdi de selamlama konuşmalarını yapmak üzere Gaziantep Milletvekili Doçent Doktor Sayın Derya Batbat'ı kürsüye arz ediyorum. Now, I would like to invite Gaziantep Member of Parliament, Associate Professor Dr. Derya Batbat to the stage to deliver her speech. Please, Professor, the stage is yours.
Dear guests, dear science and researchers, I'm very pleased to be together with you at a conference that will inspire new ideas and information sharing on advanced materials science and engineering and high-tech advanced applications. I'm also honored to be together with you as an academic deputy and graduate of Gazi University Faculty of Architecture, which is hosting this important conference. Dear participants, advanced materials science and engineering is one of the most critical research areas of today and tomorrow. It offers revolutionary innovations in nanotechnology, energy storage, and conversion, biomedical engineering, and many other fields. When we look at the global scale today, it is an inevitable requirement of advancing technology and today's market conditions to develop and produce the products needed by many sectors, from industry to energy, from communication to transportation. While fulfilling the requirements, three basic elements are very important: technology, economy, and ecology. We have to observe the balance between these three while producing engineering materials that humanity needs. In line with national needs and global trends, the vision of our 12th development plan is a strong Turkey, with stable growth, a strong economy, competitive production with green and digital transformation, disaster resistant cities, and a sustainable environment. Dear guests, under the leadership of our President Mr. Recep Tayyip Erdoğan, we have laid the foundation of the 30th century with our nation in the last 23 years with strong reform in every field, from education, health, agriculture, technology, social life, and environment. We have built modern devices roads, airports, tunnels, dams, high-speed train lines, bridge, Yavuz Sultan Selim Bridge, Marmara Eurasia Tunnel, 1915 Çanakkale Bridge, Osman Gazi Bridge, the world's third seaport airport. These are all prestige projects of Turkey. We realize Turkey's dream with our national automobile toll, which has become symbol of our country's development and progress. With the ingeniously and national developed TürkSat 6A, our country became one of the 11 countries that built its own communication satellite and sent into space. Within the scope of our national space program, 2 astronauts conducted scientific experiments this year and waved our Turkish flag in space. We put an foreign dependence in our defense in the industry and increased the domestic production rate 80%. This is Turkey milestone. Yesterday, unfortunately, we experienced a heinous terrorist attack targeting our country's rights. In this field, I condemn this attack. I pray for Allah on the heroes of our defense industry who were martyred in the attack and wish a swift recovery to the wounded. Those who support terrorism and are disturbed by the strong steps our country has taken and will continue to take shape now that we are resolutely advancing toward our goal of a fully independent Turkey. Kaan, Kızılelma, Hürjet, which bear the signature of Turkish engineers, soar in the blue sky. Each of these fighter jets has different equipment and capabilities. For example, Kaan, our 5th generation fighter jet, incorporates the most up-to-date capabilities offered by technology, and pilots describe it as a flying computer. Designed to common unmanned combat vehicles, Kaan in also a common and controlled aircraft. With capabilities such as super cruise, high maneuver, low radar visibility, avionic architecture open to development, increased situational awareness, precision targeting, it has all the capabilities of the 5th generation fighter aircraft. The combat power of Kaan, which can conduct air-to-air combat with new generation weapons, has been maximized with the support of artificial intelligence and neural network capabilities. The 21-meter long, 14-meter wingspan Kaan is built using aluminum alloys, titanium manufacturing, and composite materials to provide high durability, lightweight, and structural integrity. This material choices aim to achieve weight savings by optimizing aircraft performance and are designed to meet Arctic aircraft diverse operational needs. We now produce our own UAVs and UCAVs, national tanks and helicopters. We are among the top 3 countries in the world in unmanned aerial vehicles. Our country has reached the position of exporting to countries that didn't give us defense industry technology products with their money until yesterday. Today, if our UAVs and UCAVs represent Turkish defense industry, in more than 50 countries. Our President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the architect of our national technology move, has the biggest share in this. Another image that best reflects Turkey, which developed and produced technology, is the Technology Revolution Technofest, which we are organizing for the 10th time this year. Technofest, which sheds light on the technology ecosystem and young people, show us very clearly that foreign dependency, ethnic and living in need of others is not destiny of our country. Today, we have increased the number of research and development centers in our country from 0 to 1,328. We have completed 66,215 projects in these centers, while 14,634 projects are ongoing. 22 years ago, we had only 2 technoparks. Today, we have 104 technoparks and 332 design centers. Let's not forget, building the future starts with dreaming of tomorrow. In our 2053 vision, we aim to become the center of advanced technologies by introducing innovation in science and technology. Our mission now is to protect our centuries of achievements by protecting our values, advancing in the light on knowledge and science, and the second century of our republic with the same excitement and enthusiasm to make our country the shining star of the world with strong breakthrough. Because the only legacy we will leave to our grandchildren centuries later is this stamp that we have been entrusted by our ancestors. With our esteemed scientists and young people, this century will be the century of sustainability, production, development, productivity, stability, values, youth, power, success, peace, tranquility, science, digital, and future. With these feelings and thoughts, I believe that our conference will pave the way for strong cooperation and innovative ideas among research in Turkey and around the world. I would like to thank Gazi University, Iskender Technical University, University of Illinois at Arden-Champaign, and esteemed academics who are the stakeholders of this event and brought us together. And I greet you with love and respect.
Doçent Doktor Sayın Derya Bak hocamıza kıymetli destekleri, katkıları ve teşvikleri için teşekkür ediyor. Kendilerine desteklerini vermek üzere Profesör Doktor Sayın Hakan Ateş'i sahneye davet ediyoruz. Now, I would like to invite the organizers. Sorry. We would like to express our gratitude to Associate Professor Dr. Derya Bakbak for their valuable support, contributions, and presence to present the plaque. Aramızda Milli Eğitim Bakanlığı Mesleki ve Teknik Eğitim Genel Müdürü Sayın Ali Karagöz hocamız da bulunuyor. Teşvikleriyle bizleri onurlandırdı. Kendilerini sahneye davet ediyorum. General Director of Vocational and Technical Education at the Ministry of National Education, Mr. Ali Karagöz. With us, I would like to invite him to receive his plaque. Şimdi güvenlik ve savunma sanayi uzmanı Coşkun Başbuğ'un konuşmalarını yapmak üzere sahneye davet ediyorum. Now, I would like to invite the fourth Executive Industry Mr. Coşkun Başbuğ to the stage for his remarks.
Sayın Vekilim, değerli rektör yardımcılarım, değerli hocalarım, başkanlarım ve kıymetli öğrenciler, şeref verdiniz, hoş geldiniz. Hakan Hocam sağ olsun geçtiğimiz hafta telefon açtı. Böyle bir etkinliğimiz var, katılır mısınız dedi. Bizim için bir şeref bir onur dedik ve geldik. Ama hesapta olmayan olaylar da yaşadık. Savunma sanayi ile ilgili özellikle gençlerimize yönelik birkaç cümle sarf ederiz diye düşündük ama dün yaşanan acı olay hala da etkileri devam ediyor. Onunla ilgili maalesef programa uyamayacağımızdan dolayı bir kısa 5 dakikalık bir tanışma konuşması yapalım diye huzurla da geldik. Bu nedenle özür diliyoruz sizlerden. Bu elde olmayan sebepten dolayı. Dolayısıyla burada aslında savunma sanayiydi amaç. Saldırı zaten oraya yapıldı. Onunla ilgili böyle özet bilgiler vermek üzere bir hazırlık yaptık ama dediğim gibi bir dahaki inşallah etkinliğe hocama söz vererek daha uzun bir katılımla inşallah onur duyarız, şeref duyarız, geliriz. Fakat bugünlük bizim affımızı rica edeceğiz. Çünkü birazdan ayrılmak durumunda kalacağım. Akşam 5'te de uçakla İstanbul'a yayına yetişeceğiz. Nasıl yetişeceğiz onun da hesabını yapıyoruz. Maalesef böyle bir acı olayı yaşadık. Şimdi savunma sanayi değerli hocam, Sayın Vekilim de bahsetti. Hocamız da bir giriş konuşması yaptı. Ben konuşmayı tabii Türkçe yapacağım. Çünkü meslek döneminde de çok sayıda konferans verdik. Hep özellikle Türkçeyi tercih ettim. Çünkü salondaki öğrencilerimiz Türk, hocalarımız Türk. Yabancılarımız da şeref verdiler, hoş geldiler ama ben müsaade ederseniz Türkçe devam etmek istiyorum konuşmaya. Burada savunma sanayi, değerli vekilim bahsetti. Gerçekten bizim hani o Atatürk'ten sonraki o açığı çok iyi kapattığımız bir süreç yaşıyor. Atatürk döneminde savunma sanayi, Gazi Mustafa Kemal Atatürk'ün çok önem verdiği bir sektör. Biz uçak yaptık dediğimde gençlerimizin hepsi, ki bu bahsettiğim gençler de yani böyle kelli felli okullarda kürsü sahibi, öyle önemli şirketlerin CEO'ları, onlar dahil var mı duyan bilen diye sorduğunda acıdır, hiç kimsenin haberi yoktu. Denizaltı yaptık, sattık, bilir misiniz dediğimde de herkes büyük bir şaşkınlıkla yüzüne bakıyordu. Biz ne ara yaptık bunları diye büyük bir hayretle süreci veya konuşmaları dinliyorlardı. Oysa ki Atatürk döneminde biz hakikaten bunların hepsini yaptık. Yani uçak, denizaltı, savunma sanayinde birçok alanda faaliyetlerimiz oldu. Allah nurlar içinde yatırsın, işte Killigil, İstanbul'da top mermisi, havan mermisi, tabanca, silah birçok şeyi yaptı. Ama maalesef bazı odaklar Atatürk ölür ölmez hemen ülkeye daldılar ve bu sektörü adım adım elimizden aldılar. Hatta TRT'de katıldığım bir yayında değerli moderatörümüzün bir sorusu vardı, artık program kapanıyor. Hocam dedi, 4 tane değerli hocamla beraber konuşuruz. Son sözleri alalım dedi. Süremiz bitti. Sizden başlayalım dedi. Hocam dedi, oyun diyorsunuz. Ne zaman başladı bu oyun dedi. Ben de madem dedim süremiz kısa, tek kelimeyle cevap vereyim. 9'da 6 geçe başladı bu oyun dedim. Diğer hocamıza döndü. Daha sonra durdu. Hocam dedi, ben bu lafı programı kapatırım dedi. Yani bu çok önemli bir tespit ve iddia. Evet dedim. 9'a 6 geçe ülkeye daldılar. Şimdi o günden sonra bugünlere geldiğimizde ilk defa 15 Temmuz sonrası şaha kalktığımız bir süreç yaşadık. Ve işte dün saldırıya uğrayan TUSAŞ dahil helikopterler, uçaklar, birçok alanda yeni kara hava deniz inanılmaz işler yapmaya başladık. Ve bu süreçte de siz değerli öğrencilerimiz gibi pırıl pırıl gençler, beyinler hizmet etmeye başladılar. Ve gerçekten birçoğunun teslim törenine katıldım. Üretim safhasında fiilen bulunmaya çalıştık. Muhteşem işler yapıyorlar. Bunu büyük bir gururla söyleyeyim. Ve dünya tarafından da çok dikkatle seyrediliyor bu süreç. Ben bir katıldığım yine programda verdiğim örneği burada vereyim. Ankara doğum günlüyüz ve büyük bir şoven ruhla yetiştik. Teğmen hikmetini taktık. İşte hemen Dikmen Kara Harp Okulu'nda kılıçları kuşandık. Rahmetli dede de İstiklal Gazisi, onun verdiği motivasyon. Baba rahmetli, o da Osmanlı aşığı, böyle vatan sevdalısı biriydi. Onun verdiği bir ruhla yıldızı taktık. Devlet de bize silah tesisat mühimmatı verdi. Belimize tabancayı verdiler. Nedir dedim bu? Çek vizör dediler. Kafamıza bir çelik başlık geçirdiler. Dedim bu nedir? Bu da Alman çelik başlık dediler. Sırtımıza bir parka giydirdiler. Bu nedir dedik? Amerikan parkası dediler. Üstündeki her şey yabancı. Bir tek içinde Türk benim. Ben de o zaman sorguladım o genç beyinle. Dedim ki ya biz bunları yapamayacak kadar aciz, ucuz bir devlet miyiz ya? Koca Türk devleti, Türk tarihi. Karadeniz'de insanlarımız çay içerken silah yapıyorlar. Bu teknoloji niye desteklenmez diye o zamanlar hesap sorduk. Tabii ilgili sırada amirlerimiz de kimisi cehaletinden, kimisi işte farklı niyetli olduğundan sen daha yolun başındasın, işine bak, aklın ermez öyle işlere diyerek süreci engellemek istediler veya bir şekilde görmezden geldiler. Ama şu bir gerçekti, bu milletin ruhunda bir cevher vardı. O cevheri birilerinin bulup eşeleyip canlandırması gerekiyordu. O dönem olmadı. Ne zaman oldu? Kıbrıs Barış Harekatı'yla tohumlar ekildi. Hakkını verelim. Kıbrıs Barış Harekatı'nda biz adanın tamamını alabilirdik. Hemen birileri devreye girdi ve benim verdiğim silahı, tesisatı buralarda kullanabilirsin. Ötesine izin vermem dedi. Ha, o zaman anladık ki öyle bu iş soğan ekmekle, domates yetiştirmekle olmuyor. Savunma sanayine biraz ağırlık verip kendi ayakları üzerinde duracak bir noktaya getirmen lazım ülkeyi. Biz de öyle yaptık. 15 Temmuz sonrasını özellikle dillendiriyorum. Çünkü FETÖ denilen ihanet şebekesi Aselsan cinayetlerini bilirsiniz. Böyle sizler gibi pırıl pırıl genç beyinleri durduramayınca katlederek süreci engellemeyi denediler ve başardılar. Ama o 15 Temmuz sonrası içimizdeki safrayı da atınca bu kez gerçekten inanılmaz işler yapmaya başladı. Bakın daha geçtiğimiz aylarda katıldığım bir teslim töreni Marlin, insansız deniz aracı. Bildiğiniz 12 metrelik koca bot. NATO'ya götürdüler. En zorlu deniz. İşte bu İrlanda taraflarında her ülke yapmış. Türkiye örnek alarak bu sektörde adım atmak isteyen ülkeler var. Ve atılan adımlar sonucu üretilenler var. NATO kapsamında bütün ülkeler ürettiğiyle aynı şartlarda eş zamanlı göreve gönderiyorlar o botları. Bir tek bizim Mardin o dalgalı denizde yata çıka görevi ifade ederek geri geliyor. Kimi battı, kimisi yoldan geri çekti, çevirdi. Bizim yiğitler alkış tufan o görevi tamamladılar. Daha bunlar çok yakın tarihte yaşadığımız yeni hadisler. Dolayısıyla Allah'a şükür ben hep söylerim. Bizde Allah vergisi bir zeka var Türk milletinde. Bu zekayı doğru yerde kullandırırsanız bu yiğitler destan yazar derim. Ki Ankara'ya ben gelip gidiyorum. Savunma sanayinde işte o çalışan şirketlerle yaptığımız görüşmeler var. Gittiğimde gördüğüm manzara o ki savunma sanayi liseleri bulmuşuz. Ve kuyruk. Sektör istikbal vaat ediyor diye çok böyle seçme elit öğrencilerimizin yetiştiği liseler kurduk. Ve üniversitelerde özel dersler, ek dersler olarak Savunma Sanayi Başkanlığımız tedbirler aldı. Mükemmel gidiyoruz. Biri dokunana kadar. Şimdi bu lafı özellikle kullandım. Savunma sanayine geldiğiniz noktada e, öyle bir yerdesiniz ki karşı taraf dünyayı sömüren Amerika, adında ben hiç lafı sirgemem, direkt koyayım. Dünyayı bütün ülkeleri tekeline almış, deli paralarla silah satıyor, mühimmat satıyor, kendine bağlıyor, inanılmaz paralar kazanıyor. Ve bu düzen yıllarca işlemiş. O nedenle Aselsan cinayetleri, o nedenle Atatürk'ten sonra engellemeler var. Şimdi biri çıkmış, Türkiye en sağlıklı müşterilerden biri artık seni almayacağım, yeter diyor. bir önünü kesiyor. O ülke yetmiyor. Bir de gidip dünya pazarlarına göz dikiyor. Senin sömürdüğün ülkelerde daha iyisini daha ucuza satacak noktalara geliyor. Bu Amerika için travma. Bunun bir şekilde durdurulması lazım. Dokunulması lazım bu sektöre, burada yapılanlara. İşte o nedenle de dünkü saldırı bu kapsamda planlanıyor. Ha, varır mı bir yere varamaz, onu söyleyeyim. Çünkü gerçek milli e, yönetimde olduğu sürece dokunacak birilerini Allah korusun sistemin içerisine enjekte etmediğimiz sürece bu sektör alır gider. Niye dokunacak diyorum? Çünkü şunu hiç unutmayın. Hani bizler artık geldik gidiyoruz. Özellikle gençler, sizlerin önünüz açık. Dokunurken böyle direkt kapattık hadi geçin demiyorlar. Yavaş yavaş. Önce ödenekler kesiliyor, sonra personel yıldırılıyor, ardından projelere onay gelmiyor. Boş ver sen işine bak diyor, bunun daha iyisini, daha ucuzunu dışarıdan alıyoruz. Bunlara ne uğraşıyorsun deniyor. Bir bakıyorsun sektör gitmiş elinden. Anlayana kadar zaten iş işten geçiyor. Öyle oldu, öyle yaşadık biz bunları. Dolayısıyla bu sektör bize ileride geleceğin çok sevim örneği de vereyim yeri gelmişken Amerika'sı yapacak önemli bir sektör. Çok da iyi gidiyoruz. O kadar çok sipariş var ki dünya genelinde. O kadar çok bilgi var ki ürettiklerimize ve bugün dünyada savunmada doktrinler değişti. İngiltere şu an Kraliyet Akademisi insansız ordular, deniz hava kara. Bizden görerek onu zorluyor deniyor. Bu planlara nasıl yansır, neler yapılmalı diye. İşte bunun önünü açan biziz. Biz de Allah'a şükür dediğim gibi yeter ki siyasi iktidar önü açsın birileri, yeter ki arkamızda dursun. Millet olarak biz her türlü e, çılgınlığı yaparız. Çılgın Türkler diye boşuna demiyorlar çünkü dedim ya Allah versin bir zeka var diye. Şunu bilin, gerçekten inanılmaz zeki milletiz. Bunu zaten fıkralarda, espri anlayışında günlük yaşamda çok sık görürsünüz. Benim bir arkadaşım böyle anlatıyorum konferansta. Bizim zekamızdan bahsediyorum. Gerçekten de mesela Ankara'da oturuyorsunuz. Bir örnek vermiştim o zaman. Ankara'da cinnah yokuştur, kar kış. Spiker anlatıyor. Ankara'ya diyor, kar diyor, bastı diyor. İşte yol, trafik felç oldu diyor. Trafik ağır aksak da olsa işliyor diyor. Onu anlatırken spiker arkadan da bir minibüs geçiyor. Yokuşu tırmanıyor zincirsiz. Nasıl? Bütün yolcular oraya toplanmış, hepsi hoplayıp zıplıyorlar içinde. Niye? Zincir görevi görsün, o teker dönsün diye. Bunu yapacak dünyada bir tek Allah'a şükür bizler Türk milleti varız, sizler varsınız ki gene Amerika'ya giden arkadaşımın o verdiği örnekle sözlerime son vereyim. Amerika'ya gittim diyor hocam, aynen anlattığınız gibi diyor. Bir malzeme almış bir marketten, 7,5 dolar tuttu diyor. 10 dolar vermiş. Al demiş, paramı verdim sana. 2,5 dolar arıyor diyor. Bir 2,5 dolar daha uzatmış. Niye uzatıyor? 5 ver diyor. Şaşırdı diyor. Ben demiş sen verdin paranı, ben sana vereceğim, artık vermeyeceksin. Ya tamam demiş, al şunu 5 dolar ver. Ondan bir türlü almadı kafası. En sonunda çektim paradan, ne biliyorsan yap dedik diyor. Gerçekten dediğimiz kendine özgü bir milletiz diyor. Bu güç güvenle evvelallah geleceğe çok mutlu bakıyoruz. Ve sizlerin gözlerinde de zaten o zeka ve pırıltıyı ben görüyorum. Değerli başkanım, şu an kanal krizde bekliyorlar. Ben sözleri burada sonlandırayım. Aslında sığınarak da huzurlardan ayrılayım. Gençlerimize de başarılı bir konferans dileyim. Önünüz açık olsun inşallah.
Sayın Başkan konuşmaları için teşekkür ediyoruz ve devletlerini takdim edeceğiz. So thank you for the speech and present. Şimdi selamlama konuşmalarını yapmak üzere Ankara Yıldırım Beyazıt Üniversitesi Rektör Yardımcısı Sayın Profesör Doktor Abdullah Yıldız'ı sahneye davet ediyoruz.
Good morning, everybody. I am going to talk in English actually because of participants coming from different countries. So today, actually, I want to start with condemnation, what we witnessed yesterday. It actually is a Turk, we have to be proud of ourselves, but There are enormous evolutions, especially in defense industry, and this time that is why I'm gonna talk to directly young generations. As I graduate from that university, the university, actually you have to work and you need to dedicate your life maybe for the sake of our country, and we rely on your working and your determination. Actually, it will change our destiny. I believe in you, and you are going to achieve what you want. Actually, there is only one way to get rid of this kind of problems, and we actually rely on science and technology. And you need to understand, especially today's topic is material science, and there are material scientists here, I think actually, and especially, if you look at other fields in terms of engineering, uh, probably the best or the most important one is material science actually. And we have to understand the nature of materials from nanoparticles to macrostructures. Actually, there are many, and especially everything's, devices are based on these kind of materials. So that is why we need to start with understanding of the materials nature. So actually, I encourage you again, and I advise you. I consider young generation, as I said, please forgive me. Just I want to talk to you. So you you need to work actually, but what maybe you don't know what to do, or from which point you should start. So actually, as a student, if you don't know what you are doing, you can achieve. So first of all, you should understand what you are doing and what is your future purposes, targets. So you should clarify these points. Otherwise, you can't achieve. So you are lucky today you are in a conference. It is a kind of international conference. And yesterday you saw, and it was shame for some, but we were proud of our military person, our country, and to be a Turk again, we proud of this actually. Yesterday we saw this, and they're gonna never achieve, and we will work shoulder to shoulder. But don't forget again, the future is bright, and we believe in you. Please work and work. Okay, thank you.
Kıymetli konuşmalar için Sayın Yazıcı'ya teşekkür ediyoruz. Şimdi Teknoloji Fakültesi Dekanımız Sayın Muhtar Milletvekillerini vermek üzere Orhan Kaplan sahneye davet ediyoruz. Adil Üniversitesi Sayın Profesör Doktor Sinan ve Rektör Yardımcımız Sayın Profesör Doktor Serhat Ferliye'nin plaketlerini vermek üzere Sayın Hocamız Selami Candan'ı sahneye davet ediyorum. Sonra oturumlar başlayacaktır. İlk oturum Ankara salonundadır. Ankara salonundan kısa bir süre sonra da İstanbul ve Gazi salonlarındaki oturumlar devam edecektir. Katkılarınız ve katılımınız için şimdiden teşekkür ediyor. Bilim dolu bir gün diliyoruz. The sessions will begin shortly. The first session will take place in the Ankara Hall. Shortly after, the sessions in the Istanbul and Gazi halls will commence. Thank you all for your participation and contribution. We wish you a day filled with inspiring discussions, new ideas, and in fact, scientific exploration. Thank you.
Actually, ben de değil mi? Sen şöyle bir yere.
Misafirlerimizle sahneye alabilir miyiz fotoğraf için? Fotoğraf çekimi için.
Konuşması.
guests, welcome to our session. Session will start, and I would like to invite the session chair, Associate Professor Dr. İdris Turul Gülenç.
Dear guests, thanks for coming here today. So we have some plugs to be given for the support to this conference. First of all, I'd like to invite Professor Behçet Gülenç and Professor Hakan Ateş to the stage to present the plug to Behçet Gülenç. And also, I'd like to invite Associate Professor Gökhan Sürücü and Hakan Ateş, Professor Hakan Ateş, to give their plug for their support to the conference. And also, I'd like to invite Associate Professor Ersin Bahçeci and Hakan Ateş again to give their flag for their support to the conference. So right now, I'd like to invite Professor Hüseyin Çimenoğlu to give a talk titled "Weird Die Steals Under Repeated Impact Sliding Contacts" talk.
Good morning. Before starting my presentation, I would like to express my thanks to the organizers of this conference, giving me opportunity to make the presentation. I mean, the topic that I'm going to talk about, I mean, is the research that I'm dealing with within last 5 years. So I would like to convey my experience to you, and I hope all you do enjoy my presentation. So how can I see this slide? So before starting, I would like to know how many foreigners do we have in this session. And only 2, right? Okay, so I will suggest, I wonder if I go in Turkish or continue in English. English. So this is a topic, I mean, quite different than announced previously. So I will talk about zero high velocity. So they are, in fact, I mean, exhibiting high mechanical properties compared to the conventional one, as well as their performance is much more better, and they are also expensive. So what we have studied, we have examined their wave behavior. So before going further, just I would like to inform you about the tribology. Tribology became in time after 1960s, so it's relatively new field of engineering. So in fact, what tribology is, if it is up to you, what would you say? It deals with interface of the two objects mapping with each other, but there should be a reference. So in tribology, it covers the fields of friction, as well as wave and lubricity. So these 3 fields, okay, are in the scope of tribology. So friction is the resistance to relative motion. So if you insist the sliding of the one component over each other,
you have to expend a lot of energy if friction were high. In case this is the wear material group from the magnet surface, we will talk about it later on, and we may need to duplicate the surface to reduce friction as well as to reduce the wear. So if we come back to the wear element, it deals with the material loss from the surface. So how this material loss takes place? We have got four defined mechanisms, but we call that the variance. One of them is the surface, what sometimes called as fatigue variance. You may have got ablations, and the third one is the adhesion, and finally the tribal chemical reaction. So in some textbooks, it is also defined as tribal oxidation. So when we compare the rate of wear with respect to those mechanisms, right? Mostly the average rate has got the highest rate of rate. And it is then followed by adhesion, fatigue wear, and finally the surface oxidation. So the ways we talk about the wear rate, how it is defined. So this is a well-known equation. It is proposed by Arthur in 1950. So Q is standing for the wear load. So it is directly proportional with the load factor applied to the mapping surfaces and inversely proportional with the height. So the higher the force, the higher the positive what we expected, the higher will be the wear. The higher the hardness, the lower will be the wear. Okay? So this is the common way of expression. How about the load? We mostly express it here in the load, but as engineering application. Instead of load, we are mostly dealing with the stress. But specific stress, mathematic stress, what we call it as active contact stress, it is calculated with this expression. Quite different compared to the stress is equal to F divided by A formula. So this equation has been proposed by us in 1880. Anyhow, so that should be related. I mean, we have to deal with, first of all, the healthy contact stress rather than the force. In analyzing the progress of wear in the mapping surface. So what is the importance of tribology? What it has been said here that United Kingdom economy losses is about 24 billion pounds every, and 75% of it is related with the reduction in friction cost. To reduce the friction, then you can benefit from it. Right? And the remaining 25% is related to the wear cost. So this is very good. So this is the result of a survey which is made in the United Kingdom. What it says that? I mean, regarding to the maintenance of the work, 62%, almost 16% is arising from the repairing of the operating surface. What is the percentage of the repair? Basically, 20%. About 10% is related to fatigue. Okay? So those are the economic issues related to weight. Very, I mean, it costs, it occupies larger cost in the country's economy. So in order to overcome this one, this weight, or in order to reduce it, we have to first of all identify what the dominant weight is, which mechanism failure from. Okay, this is the main. This is can simply and cheaply be done by the laboratory. Okay, so laboratory provide easy determination of the dominant failure mechanism. If you determine the failure mechanism, you can what can you say? You can propose some solutions to overcome or to reduce the failure loss. The Society of Tribology and Lubricant Engineering classified more than 200 types of fields. Okay? There are many different types of fields, but more common. Mostly in our labs. We are employing with the sliding. Okay, so it has been classified into two groups. One of them is unidirectional sliding. We have got a block, and block is rotating. We mostly use it as our sample, and we have got a pin. So there's a rubbing action between tip of the. So the tip of the beam is made up of ball. Okay, and if that rubs the surface, and it forms such a weird transfer. What we do, we are quantifying by a profilometer, we are measuring the wear. Okay, mostly in terms of, let's say, millimeters. Then we have to define, we have to divide the total sliding distance and the load that we have applied to quantify the wear. So this is one case. This is easily employed one, and the maybe more easier one is the reciprocating. Now this is our sample, okay, right, and this is the pin. So it is moving forward and backward correlating over the surface of the material, and it forms every. Similarly, we are measuring the size of the wheel depth as well as the width of the wheel depth, and then we can quantify the variables. So those are the more common ones. But I want you to notice that those tests are employed under the sliding condition. The pin is sliding over. Okay? Not any other external or other type of systems are subjective. I mean, from the viewpoint of this outcome. So it's a sliding way. And more commonly, the contact pressure that I have already defined is less than 1 giga. Okay? So this type of loading condition is operated mostly for the engineering, right? Engine of your car or any other of your car are exposed to sliding, okay? And mostly the contact pressure is less than 1 gigawatt. Now the question is, if we deal with the wear of the metal forming part, okay? One example here, actually, to place a billet into the side cavity and we apply a force, okay? Then with the extrusion, after extrusion, this diameter is reduced to this. So this is the point. So while doing this, okay, the regions which have got low diameter here are exposed to not only sliding contact as well as impact force. Similarly, for example, in the shearing process, it's also known as cleaving process, right? If you want to cut it, so we have got a punch. The punch first contact with this thread, and in this contact there is an impact loading, right? Thereafter, after cutting this die surface, okay, slide on this strip surface of the blade. So the stress is acting or the force acting impact loading plus the sliding. And now, so this loading is completely different than that I have previously sliding. Okay. So also you are applying large plastic deformation. That stress generated at the batic surface is much larger than 1 G. Okay. So this was our focus. So I will talk about how to evaluate the field performance of the metal forming side. Okay. So what I have already said, they are not only exposed to sliding contact, but at the same time they are exposed to impact. Okay. So there is also one result in where of those, in the failure of those metal forming sides, 70% is occupied by fibers. Okay, so we have to be familiar with this the progress of failure in metal forming sides. Okay, now I would like to show the two images here. One of them is the article which was published in 2011 in this article, a new impact sliding field system has been first invented by from Eastern Europe. Right? Afterwards, in 2013, they have patented their impact sliding field system. So, what I did, after going on the first aspect, okay, first of all, I understand how they read this material. I have made some revisions on the design, not to copy them. After revisions, we have designed the text. So this is the impact sliding field system that we have on this project in our lab. How does this? So now we have done first of all that incline plane. That we place our sample.
Excuse me,
when
Professor.
will be
Excuse me, could you please use the microphone? We couldn't hear that. Okay, I think that we have.
okay, it's better run.
Yes, madam, we have the wireless one. If you want to prefer to use it, can use the
It's better for me to use.
Okay.
It goes back. Anyhow, okay. So this is the schematics of the wave vector that we have done. We have got a platform here. So we place sample here, right? So we apply a load. Okay. When they take contact, so this is an impact of impact. But when this load exists the resistance of this thing, okay, then the impact load, first impact load is applied to the head. Afterwards, this platform tends to move downward side. So it generates a sliding contact in between the ball as well as in our test down. So there's a sliding. Finally, we have got such a wheel trap. So this is the schematics of the wheel trap that we have obtained after impact sliding wheel. It has got two portions, right? This one, this is the impact zone, and the second one is the sliding. Okay, so this the force here, acting here, is determined by this. But also we adjust the load applied to this ball. It continuously increases. So after overcoming this resistance, the ball slides over our sample and forms this sliding zone. Okay. So we have to deal with the mechanism of the wheel in impact zone as well as sliding zone. Now example, what we have done. My first experience with the impact sliding test was started with this project. Okay, I received the project from Taylor in cooperation with the company. So they were producing the valves for an engine. So the valve production is progressed in two steps. In the first step, right? So this is the first. This step is called as forcing extrusion. You place the billet. So the billet has got mostly a temperature larger than 1000 degrees Celsius. With a punch, you load it. Okay. When you load it, okay, this billet is extruded. So those contact regions are exposed to impact load plus sliding. Okay, two different loads. And final step, this is called upsetting step. Final shape of this valve is given in this step. Now we in fact deal with the performance of the die, the surface type of the dies used in forging extrusion operation. So before starting this project, the company gave us a sample which failed after 500 operations. So what they told me, this material is made up of a hot-rolled steel. This is the commercial quality, and it was quantum tempered plus gas naturalized. This is the material, the vast material. Material being deformed. Anyhow, so after 500 operations, it failed. So we cut it. This is the hot portion, and we examined the inner region. Right? We have seen many this type of cracks, spallation, etc. So also from the other region, which were not exposed to stresses, we make a cross-sectional examination that what we have measured. Now we have detected such a white color region. This is a nitrate, right? And within it, we have got the nitrogen. And the thickness was about 6 microns. And the hardness variation within the nitrogen diffusion zone, okay, follows this one. So this was our starting point. Then, okay, after making some laboratory examinations, we published it out, right? So those my co-authors. So I will present the results of this article. But before writing, before making our experimental works, we go over the literature. So we have examined the nitriding, features of the nitriding tool still. So those are some examples. So, those are the alters, the type of the tool still, the thickness of the compound layer, and they have run conventional sliding period, not the impact period test. So those are their testing conditions, and those are their findings. What we finally have concluded that the thickness of the compound layer should be much lower than 5 microns. Okay, from this point of view, we already have noticed that the thickness of the dye material the company was using was thicker than this 5 micrometers, but it should be less than 5 micrometers. Anyhow, so we have started we have made some experiments. We have in our lab, we have nitrided it 2 different temperatures, so this one and this one. So I don't want to give you the details anyhow. This one, what we have called as high temperature nitriding, provided a compound layer thickness of 2 microns. But the one which is applied at lower temperature, it was compound layer free, but it was still hard. Okay, the hardness of this surface was 1,600 meters in the absence of compound. And here in this case, 1,650 meters in the presence of compound. Okay, so we have got 2 samples, high temperature nitriding and low temperature nitriding. I am skipping those ones, some scientific. After the test, okay, those are the testing conditions. What we did, the contact pressure active to the point of the impact zone, 1.5 gigapound. And in sliding zone, the contact pressure is increased to 2.5 gigapound. Very large contact pressure. So we have examined the surface. This is the result of which material that high temperature nitriding. So this is the surface, okay, warm surface. Please notice those cracks, right? So those are the indications of fatigue phase. So the surface has been exposed to fatigue phase, fatigue. And when we look at the cross-section here, the cracks that initiate on the surface propagate right here. And there's a spallation and there's a crack propagation, right? Towards this line. So at both temperatures, the test has been conducted at room temperature as well as 600 degrees Celsius, but at both temperatures, the main mechanism was fatigue. Additionally, those dark colored regions are oxide. So some evidence of dry oxidation has also been detected, but the main mechanism is fatigue. So, in case of low temperature, nitriding, okay, at room temperature, okay, fatigue phase and oxidation phase is operating at room temperature. But surface was compound layer free, but metallic surface at high temperature under sliding contact, okay, plastic deformation has taken. So those are the evidences of, okay, protrudences. These are the evidences of plastic deformation. So low temperature nitriding does not have any benefit whenever we use it at high temperature. It can only be used at room temperature. So those are the wear rates that we have quantified. So this is the wear rate of the impact zone and sliding zone at room temperature and heat temperature. But since we are dealing with high temperature operations, it is very apparent that this one, high temperature nitriding one, has got high wear resistance compared to this. So I'm skipping those ones. This is the model that we have proposed, how we have proposed it. So then we have applied the process parameters that we have determined in that to the real forging extrusion line. And they work for 800. So about 60% increase in the service life, after covered with thin compounded. So this is the case, the first case. The second case, do we have time? Okay, so this is very interesting. So I'm also working with Professor Alpha. He's nowadays an adjunct professor at our university. He's in fact working at Eastern University in Canada. So we are making publications together with him. So in our one of our lectures, we talk about different publications. He has got a project. The project was dealing with the trimming of high sensitive CP 980 quality dual phase. So what they have, okay, it's the trimming population, right? So as I told you, very high strength, about 1000 MPa, the tensile strength of this plate, okay? So what they published, they deal with this, the life of those lines. So after, at the beginning, this is the optical image, very smooth surface of the diamond. But after 400 trimming operations, okay, the surface started to abrade, right? Abrade. And if you increase the trimming, number of trimming, right? Finally, let's say, if you go to 8,000 trimming cycles, please notice the chipping. The surface is blunt, okay? Some pieces are removed from the surface. So, okay, I'm skipping those ones as well. So those are the tensile test results of the sheet material, but they are, the trimming operation, the number of trimmings are different. The higher the trimming number, okay, the material, the sheet material, similar material, but machine bleeding. Okay, so this is due to the surface degradation, due to the chipping of the diameter. So the process is similar to what, as I already told you. The sheet metal is based to impact loading plus sliding load. So we then examine the impact sliding behavior. This is one of our latest studies. What we have compared two different methods. One of them, this was the material that they have already used in trimming operation of the sheet materials. But this is the alternative. They are both the two motor qualities. But please notice the primary carbide. This one has got finer primary carbide compared to this. And they have got almost identical bond carbon. Okay? And so because of time limitation, I'm skipping those slides. So I would like to show you the parameters of testing. Okay. Have a look. The tests were conducted under which condition? The contact pressure 2 gigapascal in impact zone, 3.2 gigapascal in sliding. Okay. So these are the concepts. Please don't step, right? We crack in sheet and propagate LFP carbide matrix interface. So this will finally chipping. Okay, the material here will chip. So this is the mechanism of chipping that they have observed in real trimming operation. So this is the second method, but this has got much better performance. Please don't steer that. Now those are the surfaces after 500 loading cycles, as those are 2,000 loading cycles. In this case, it's low loading cycle. There is no plastic deformation, just the carbides are cracking and removed from it. But here, after some time, okay, some plastic deformation has taken. No plastic deformation in the early cycle, but thereafter, at longer cycle, plastic deformation takes place. So this is the indication of softening of the material under dynamic loading. Okay, so this is called as cycling softening. So we want to check it whether it is correct or not. What we finally have done? So I'm skipping all those ones. Indentation. So we have run indentation test under this load, 100 milliliters, and at the same point, 500 loading cycles have been employed, and we have determined the depth of the indented penetration. So this is the depth of indented penetration, and this is the number of cycles. So the higher the number of cycles, okay, with increasing number of cycles, indented penetration larger. Okay, so this is the evidence of cycling softening. Then what we take the slope. After taking the slope, if we find out the slope, we can quantify the softening. Okay, this one, red one, this was the one which has got false parabola. So the red colored one is the one containing smaller one. The rate of softening in this one is low. So finally, this one, fine carbide containing one are expected to exhibit longer service life if die material is made up of this D252 scale. So those are the conclusions. One technological point. If you are dealing with the weight of the metal formula, okay, in laboratory, or you may choose which material will exhibit better performance. Okay, it's better to make impact sliding weight, not the conventional sliding weight. This is the technological outcome of this, our investigation. Also, you can run this impact sliding test for scientific purposes as well. This is one of our recently published studies. What we have this year, I will not give you the results. The outstanding thing. So most of us know that they cannot be naturalized. In fact, you can naturalize it in a very controlled way. So you can form a solid solution later on. So we have applied a solid solution, formed a solid solution, nitrogen with solid solution over the, and we have examined their performance not at room temperature as well as sub-zero temperature. Why we have used the test at sub-zero temperature? Because those austenitic stainless can be used as structural material at very low temperature, because they do not have that ductile brittle transition temperature. So this was the, I mean, in this article, we have evaluated the optimal size of this nitrogen layer on the performance of the austenitic stainless steel. So those are my colleagues. I mean, in two of those are, I have worked with those gentlemen at this level. Now she is in Norway for PhD. This Professor Atlas, we may have known him, is very famous biologist globally. And Murat, Erdem, those are all my students. This gentleman is from the company that we run the project with him about coding. So she is the student of Professor Atlas, and those are all my students. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks to Professor Çimenoğlu for the presentation. So do we have any questions for him? Do we have any questions? We are running out of time, but we can have some brief questions, I think. So I have one actually. You talked about this softening of material. Do you have any idea why this is happening?
Yeah, it is basically substructure, formation of diamond rings. There are many theories behind it. So what I want to say, conventionally, the cyclic softening is determined by fatigue, right? I mean, conventional softening. But in our case, it was taking place at the surface. So I have evaluated this result by considering the literature, what the literature say, what could be the possible mechanism of software for the bulk material, and we then apply the findings to our study.
I think it's quite some TM study.
Yeah, sure, but it is already well. Okay, so other for this reason, we don't make any necessity, feel any necessity to make.
Thank you very much. Thanks again, Professor Chimeno. So we will. So now I will call Lokman Kuzu to receive their plaque for their support to the conference, and I'm calling Professor Hakan Ateş to give their plaque. And Mr. Kuzu, I'd like to invite you for your speech to the stage. Thanks. Mr. Kuzu, I will give a speech on Turkish aerospace satellite projects and manufacturing.
Good morning. Bugün bizim için üzücü bir gün. Biliyorsunuz dünkü olaylardan dolayı. Gene de bu programı iptal etmek istemedim. Söz verdiğiniz için. Kısa tutacağım. I'm gonna keep my speech short because funeral ceremony matters. Can we open our slides? Okay. So what we are doing at Turkish Aerospace, we are building satellites, testing. We have a facility, assembly, integration, and test center. So far, we developed Göktürk 2. The Turkish engineers developed this satellite. It's an observation satellite. It's in orbit now for about 12 years because it was launched in 2012, at the end of 2012. We started Göktürk 3, a synthetic aperture radar satellite. It's a new project. It's about $250 million budget. $250 million budget. We are also developing Göktürk replacement satellite. It's observation. We are developing micro satellites, about less than 200 kilograms satellite. So again, observation satellite. The resolution will be about 1 meter, less than 1 meter. Also, we developed again. We started that project in 2014. Turksat 6A geostationary satellite. We finished that project, have launched that satellite in this year, within this year, but in July, SpaceX launched that satellite. It's in orbit. We are testing that satellite. It's going well. It's going well. The Göktürk 1 satellite, it was launched in 2016, end of 2016. It was an observation satellite. Thales Alenia Space built that satellite. We used our AIT center to test the satellite. Another one is Göktürk 1 has a resolution of 0.5 meters. So our personnel is supporting the military personnel to use this satellite. We have some images from this satellite, Göktürk 1. For example, from Yavuz Sultan Selim Bridge in Istanbul, also Dubai International Airport. This is 0.5 meter, as I said.
Göktürk 2 satellite is still in orbit for about 12 years, like that. In fact, the design life was 5 years. But usually, if we design and build something, it lasts 12 years, 13 years. For example, we have Rasat satellite. It's again observation satellite. We built that satellite in TÜBİTAK Space Research Institute. That satellite lasted about 13 years. These are the images from Göktürk 2 satellite. We don't have any limitation. We can take images from any point on Earth. Göktürk 3, we started this project with a few months ago. And radar satellite. We talked about this project for about 12 years, in fact, in Turkey. And now we started this project. It's gonna be LEO satellite, low Earth orbit satellite, and the orbit will be about 500 kilometers. We are gonna take some images from Earth again. So we are expecting the mass of the satellite will be about 1 ton. Göktürk replacement satellite, because Göktürk 1 in about 2 years or maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years, we don't know exactly, but that satellite will be a junk, space junk. So we have to replace this satellite. That's why we started this project. We are building camera. We are building the platform. It's again observation satellite. Another project is microsatellite. We are developing this project. Again, the orbit will be about 500 kilometers, and the resolution will be less than 1 meter. We are expecting this satellite will be about less than 200 kilograms. Now we didn't update this figure here. It's going to be 180 kilograms. For the communication satellites, we developed so far TürkSat 6A, as I said. It was a consortium. We developed this satellite together with TÜBİTAK Space, Turkish Aerospace, and Aselsan, and also SEED. We launched this satellite on 9th of July 2024 from Cape Canaveral. SpaceX launched this satellite. It's in 50-degree east longitude now. We are testing this satellite. We are going to move this satellite in a few months to 42-degree east longitude. The weight is about 4229, 4 tons, 229 kilograms. The life expectancy is about 15 years plus 1 year, because we have chemical reaction, chemical thrusters. Also, we have electrical thrusters. As I said, this the next maybe we will start TürkSat 6B, maybe 7A, we don't know, because TürkSat, as you know, TürkSat is an operator, satellite operator, and they are operating satellites, and they need this kind of geostationary satellites. So we are still in contact with them to develop the next satellite in Turkey. For the launching project, we have a lot, not Turkish Aerospace, but Turkey has a launching site project in Somalia. We are going to develop a launching pad. For another project is we have a company, joint venture company, Turkish Aerospace and INMAT. INMAT is an Argentinian company. We developed a small geo platform up to 3 tons, but we are separating our ways with them. We would like to go alone. We are going to continue with the development of, because we are at the CDR point, it's critical design review point. So we are going to develop small geo satellite. So we are offering this satellite to Kazakhstan, Chile, and some other countries, Malaysia. We are also developing some equipments, some software, onboard computer, for example, or some interface units, power units, power distribution units, flight software, flight dynamic software, and controlling software, and also mission planning software, those kind of things. These are all developed by Turkish engineers. We have infrastructures to develop all these things. For the additive manufacturing, I can say a few things here. As you know, it gives us some advantages, additive manufacturing. Due to this advantage, we start to develop some parts, some mechanical parts, especially the weight, also lightweight, also some difficult parts, for example, can be manufactured using 3D manufacturing. Because if you launch a satellite, usually it is about $20,000 per kilogram. SpaceX is reducing this cost to about $12,000, $13,000 per kilogram. Still, it's a challenge. So that's why, but we have some problems. For example, flight heritage. If you use something in space, it gains some flight heritage. This is good, but usually we don't want to try anything new in space. If you would like to try something new, you have to put it on the small satellites, for example, CubeSats. If you build something, you would like to try it in space, then you have to put it. You can't put it on the larger satellite, larger platforms, because if you lose something, it's costly. That's why the small satellites gives us some advantage to try those new things. These are, for example, the parts we are developing using 3D manufacturing. We started in 2019. We are still developing some other parts, some cable harnessing, for example. We are developing this kind of parts. Also, we have some machines, some infrastructure to produce those kind of things. These are the infrastructure and also machines we have. So far, we developed this part, for example. So we passed the qualification test, and also we used on Turksat 6A platform. These are for cable harnessing. These are the parts for cable harnessing. We developed these kind of things. So we gained for 150 bracket, we gained 12% weight advantage, 48% the cost, right? And also the manufacturing is faster than the regular manufacturing style. So these are other components: GNSS, Global Navigating Satellite System bracket, CSS bracket, S1 antenna bracket. We develop composite sandwich panel, some other panels that we are using on satellites. Yeah, in the future, we are going to use all these parts on small geo platform and micro satellite. Also, we started again. Geometry Star Satellite. It's a long project. It's going to take 7 or 8 years. So we are going to use all these things on these platforms. I think I'm almost done with my presentation. These are the feasibility. So we using additive manufacturing, we gain, as I said, gives us some advantage, the cost-wise and also the weight-wise. We have, as I said, infrastructure to test our satellites at an integration test center. It's a class 100,000 clean room. If you guys organize the students to visit our site, so we can do it. Then they can see our Turksat 6A engineering model, structural model, and other projects. We have other infrastructures, the components. And also we are giving support to our military personnel to operate our satellites, the low Earth orbit satellites. Taking pictures is not enough. We have to process those pictures. We are also giving support to that. I think that's enough. If you have any questions, I can answer. We don't have any questions. Everything is well understood, but another way is that we didn't understand. I don't know. Excuse me. Biz üretiyoruz. Malzeme bazen dışarıdan geliyor. Raw material, sometimes we buy from outside of Turkey for raw material, but we produce those panels. Göktürk 3 synthetic aperture radar satellite. We just started that satellite, so it's going to take about 7 or 8 years in total. Aselsan will build a payload, radar payload. So we are going to build the platform. TürkSat Space Research will build some components, some S-band receiver, transmitter, and other components, GNSS receiver, those kind of things. So they are in the mechanical engineering. This department is mechanical engineering, materials, meteorological engineering. So we have meteorological engineer, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, computer engineers. In electrical engineers, for example, RF engineers, control engineers, software engineers. So we need high GPA students. Don't come to me with 2.0 or 2.5 something. So come to 3, about 3. Higher than 3 will be accepted easily. Otherwise, we are gonna have a trouble. They are gonna have trouble in finding any job here in the market. So another thing is they have to be social. The social quotient will be higher. The IQ, social quotient, relational quotient, emotional quotient. Those quotients will be higher for anybody here in the market. Otherwise, if you bring, for example, a student with a 4.0, but they have lower social quotient, we don't accept those guys to us. And we need a guy with good qualities. Social, they can work with a team easily. Those guys will be successful in life. Sure.
The question is, actually, I have okay. I would like to thank you for your very informative talk. It is very surprising to hear that we don't want to use new materials in our satellites because it's cost-wise.
No. We can use it, but flight heritage is an important parameter.
Yes, exactly.
So if we would like to try something we may try it on CubeSats or smaller satellites.
I got
For bigger, larger platforms, we don't want to use it.
My question is about, the materials, material aspect. In your satellites, mainly you are using, some metals, some alloys.
Yes.
Okay, what about soft materials? Soft materials, like, the
So
polymers.
we are
some,
testing.
the coatings,
We are testing everything on Earth. Degassing, for example, is a problem because there is a vacuum environment, so also radiation, ionizing radiation exists in space. So we have to be careful with the material we use on satellites. Degassing also, so other mechanical. So we are testing them on Earth. For radiation test, we are not doing anything. Usually we try it in space. But usually we are very conservative. If you are in space business, you are very conservative. You have to be careful with the material you use because something can happen, then your observation satellites or your mirror, for example, something can, can stay on the mirror, then you can take clear images. We have to be careful with that problem. Yeah. Hocam dünyada radyasyon testi yapılan çok az yani. On Earth, so in France, in America, yani radyasyon konusunda birçok test var. Total ionizing test var, işte latch testi var, birçok test var. Birçoğunu yapmıyoruz. Genelde analiz sonucuna bakarak karar veriyoruz. We are using some software. We are analyzing according to the. We have some models in that software. So we are predicting the radiation. Bilgi Hoca'nın yaptığı bir altyapı var ama genelde analiz yeterli oluyor. Şimdiye kadar bir sıkıntı çıkmadı. Ama yapılsa daha iyi olur. Şimdi uydu dünyasında şöyle bir trend var, onu söyleyeyim. Uydu dünyasında artık mesela Thales Alenia Space, Amerikan Northrop Grumman'da bir uydu serisi yapıyor. 80 uydu, küçük uydu. Bir tanesini thermal teste sokuyor, thermal vacuum teste. Diğerlerini sokuyor. This is risk. Yeah. Belki. Risk alıyoruz. Ama genelde uydular, bizim yaptığımız uydular 10, 5 sene tasarlıyorsun. 5 senelik, 10 sene, 12 sene, 14 sene. We can try it on Microsoft Flight. If you have any something, we can try in space. Usually, the materials used in the past gives us an idea. So we are not trying new. If you would like to try new materials, usually we are trying it on CubeSats, so not big satellites. For example, the 3 star satellites, we are going to choose materials, the very well-known materials used on. Yes, we have. We have material engineers, we have mechanical engineers, we have radiation and physicists. Fizikçilere fiziksel deneyine deniyor. Physicists. So we have electrical engineers, computer engineers. So yeah. Which project? Who is doing that? No, I don't know. I don't know that project, but I know Delta V. Delta V is developing hybrid technology, hybrid process. But for solid propellant, project? I don't know. I didn't hear.
My question about it's about the satellite, the current project.
We can use for rockets. It's okay, but for satellites, we are using liquid propellants.
Like helium or
Methanol, hydrazine, and oxidizer. Those kind of either monopropellant or dual propellant.
maybe hybrid liquid or something.
For satellite, in fact, if it is in orbit, we usually use the propellant system to correct its orbit or to get rid of space junk. So it's very rare. For Göktürk 2 satellite, for example, we maneuvered that satellite 2 times in 12 years. But if you would like to go to somewhere, for example, in space, for example, IAC project, Türkcell Space is doing that project. So SpaceX will take us to the low Earth orbit. Then after that platform, I mission, moon mission platform, that platform will use its own propellant system to go to moon. We have to control everything. So, but for satellites, for geosatellites, for LEO satellites, we usually use our propellants to control our orbit, to keep in the right orbit.
Question. So you are using additive manufacturing for some of parts for lattices. So the surface quality won't be perfect. Are there any effect on fatigue? I mean, fatigue isn't that much important for you, I believe. But, do you do any electrochemical post-processing for this kind of, because they are hard to answer?
Answer this question because it is secret. I don't understand this question because I am an electrical engineer. But if you visit us with your students, they can ask this question. Also, they can see our vessel. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for the presentation of we are sending our condolences to Turkish Aerospace family and the whole country for sure. And now we have our next speaker, Burcu Aydoğan from ICMATSE24, and Mrs. Aydoğan will give some presentation about ICMATSE24 in general, please.
Merhaba, ben Burcu Aydoğan. İtimadin İşletmeleri Genel Müdürlüğü'nde Teknoloji Geliştirme Dairesi Başkanlığı'nda kimya mühendisi olarak çalışıyorum. Öncelikle kurumun adına bizleri davet ettiğiniz için çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Bugün sizlere itimaden ve bor sektörü hakkında bir bilgilendirme sunumu yapacağız. Bor ürünleri temel olarak 3 sektörde kullanım olarak ağırlık göstermekte. Bunlar temel olarak cam sektörü, seramik ve tarım sektöründe kullanılmakta. Bor söz konusu sektörlerde ana bileşen olmayıp 10 binde bir ile %20 arasında kullanım oranı bulunmakta ve nihai ürüne katkı maddesi olarak kullanılmakta. Söz konusu sektörlerde kullanım miktarına baktığımızda e, gübre sektöründe saf bor kullanım miktarı maksimum %20 oranında. Emaye sektöründe B2O3 bazında maksimum %20 kullanım miktarı bulunmakta. Sırlarda yine maksimum %25, cam üründe %7 ile 8 oranında, borosilikat camlarda %10 ile 15 oranında, yine fiber glaslarda %5 ile 12 arasında B2O3 kullanım miktarı bulunmakta. Dünya bor ürünleri tüketim miktarının sektörel bazda dağılımına baktığımızda %50'lik payla cam sektörü birinci sırada gelmekte. Sonrasında %16'lık payla tarım sektörü, sonrasında %13'lük payla seramik, %2'lik payla deterjan ve diğer sektörler adı altında nükleer sanayi, ilaç sanayi, çimento ve kağıt endüstrisinin yer aldığı %19'luk payla diğer sektörler gelmekte. Cam sektöründe bor, özellikle borosilikat camlarda, cam yönünde, fiberglasslarda, LCD ekranlarda kullanılmakta. Seramik sektöründe de seramik karo, emaye, sofra ve süs eşyası, sağlık gerekçelerinde yine kullanım alanı bulunmakta. Tarım sektöründe ise gübrelerde ve özellikle zararlarla mücadelede böcek öldürücü ilaçlarda yine kullanım alanı bulunmakta. Bor ürünleri özellikle az önce bahsettiğim gibi birçok sektörde kullanım alanı bulunmakta. Ancak tarım sektörü dışında diğer sektörlerde bor ikamesi olan bir ürün. Bu nedenle bor sektörünün devamlılığı adına aslında borun yeni kullanım alanlarının geliştirilmesi, yeni bor ürünlerinin yine geliştirilmesi, özellikle ikamesi olmayan bor ürünlerinin ve ikamesi olmayan sektörlerde kullanım alanlarının geliştirilmesi bor sektörünün devamlılığı adına gerçekten kullanım alanına da büyük önem taşımakta. Bölge bazında dünya bor tüketim miktarlarına baktığımızda Asya Pasifik %53'lük payla birinci sırada yer almakta. Sonrasında Kuzey Amerika %18'lik paya sahip. Sonrasında Avrupa %17'lik bir paya sahip. Güney Amerika %10, Afrika ve Orta Doğu bölgeleri de %1'lik paya sahip. Dünya bor tüketimimiz toplamda 3 milyon ton yıllık tüketim miktarımız var. Dünya bor pazarı ise 1,5 ile 2 milyar dolar arasında değişmekte. Dünya bor rezerv durumuna baktığımızda yaklaşık olarak 4,5 milyar ton dünya bor rezerv durumumuz bulunmakta. Bunun da yıllık olarak tüketim miktarına bağlı olarak 1000 yıl yetecek kadar dünyada bor rezervinin bulunduğu yine belirlenmiş. Türkiye bor rezerv durumuna baktığımızda ülkemizde 3,3 milyar ton rezervimiz bulunmakta. Bunun da 700 yıl yetecek, dünyaya 700 yıl yetecek konumda olduğu yine belirlenmiştir. Dünya bor rezerv dağılımına baktığımızda ülkemiz %73'lük payla birinci sırada yer almakta. Sonrasında Amerika %6,2, Çin, Şili, Sırbistan ve diğer ülkeler gelmekte. 2023 yılı verilerine göre dünya bor üretim kapasitesi 5,7 milyon ton olarak belirlenmiş. Bunun 2,753 milyon tonunu ülkemiz karşılamakta. Sonrasında 1,311 milyon tonunu Amerika ve kalan miktarını da diğer ülkeler paylaşmakta. Eti Maden 1935 yılında Gazi Mustafa Kemal Atatürk'ün direktifiyle ülkemizin yeraltı kaynaklarını işlemek ve değerlendirmek üzere kurulmuştur. Genel müdürlüğümüz Ankara'da bulunmakta. Kurumumuzun misyonu bor ve nadir toprak elementleri başta olmak üzere faaliyet alanındaki maden kaynaklarında yenilikçilik ve sürdürülebilirlik anlayışıyla değer üretmek ve sektördeki konumunu güçlendirmek. Kurumumuzun vizyonu ise sürdürülebilir, verimli ve inovatif çözümlerle katma değeri yüksek, çevre ile barışık ürünler üreterek geleceğin dünyasında iz bırakan bir marka olmak. Kurumumuzun faaliyet alanları, bor tuzları, uranyum ve toryum, yurt dışı faaliyetleri, enerji ve diğer maden kaynaklarımız da faaliyet alanlarına girmekte. 2023 verilerine göre etimaden bor pazarımız, kurumumuzun bor pazarı %60'a dayanmakta. İhracatımız 970 milyon dolar. Satış gelirimiz ise yaklaşık olarak 1 milyar dolar. Ürün satış miktarımız toplamda 1,8 milyon ton. 10 binden fazla müşterimiz bulunmakta. Rezerv durumumuz az önce belirttiğim gibi 3,3 milyar ton. Bu da 700 yıl yetecek kadar rezerve sahip olduğumuz yine belirlenmiş. Toplam istihdamımız ise 7.414. Etimaden vizyon projelerine baktığımızda özellikle çeliklerin özelliklerini iyileştirmek ve işlenebilme kabiliyetlerinin arttırılmak amacıyla kullanılan ferrobor ürünün üretimine yönelik yine kurumumuzca çalışmalar yapılmakta. 2022 yılında Balıkesir Bandırma'da tesisin temeli atıldı. Hala çalışmalar devam etmekte. 2024 yılı sonu itibariyle tesisin yapım çalışmalarının tamamlanması ve 2025 yılı ilk çeyreğinde tesisin devreye alma çalışmalarının yapılması yine kurumumuzca planlanmakta. Toryum, florit ve barit içeren kompleks cevherlerden fiziksel, fiziko-kimyasal ve meteorolojik yöntemlerle florit, barit ile nadir toprak oksitlerinin yüksek saflıkta kazanılmasına yönelik yine nadir toprak elementleri üzerine kurumuzca çalışmalar yapılmaktadır. Bu kapsamda Eskişehir Beylikova'da 694 milyon ton kaynağın ekonomiye kazandırılması amacıyla gerekli teknolojiye sahip olmak üzere 1200 ton cevher işleyecek pilot ölçekli tesisimiz 2023 yılında yapım aşaması tamamlanmış ve devreye alınmıştır. Pilot tesiste Ar-Ge çalışmaları halihazırda devam etmektedir. Yılda 570 bin ton cevher işlenerek 10 bin ton nadir toprak oksiti ile birlikte 72 bin ton barit, 72 bin ton barit, 70 bin ton florit üretecek endüstriyel ölçekli tesisin yapılması yine kurumumuz planları arasında yer almakta. Yine lityum karbonat üzerine yine kurumuzca hem Ar-Ge çalışmaları, endüstriyel ölçekli, pilot ölçekli çalışmalar kurumuzca yapılmakta. Bor üretim prosesinde üretim tesislerinde açığa çıkan zayıf çözeltiden ve artıklardan lityum karbonat üretimi için gerekli teknolojiye sahip olunmuştur. 2020 yılında yıllık 10 ton lityum karbonat üretecek pilot tesisimiz Eskişehir 40'a işletmemizde kurulmuştur. Söz konusu tesiste Ar-Ge çalışmaları devam etmekte. Ülkemiz ihtiyacının yarısını karşılayabilecek Eskişehir 40'a 600 ton yıllık kapasiteli tesisin çalışmaları sürmekte. 2024 yılı son çeyreğinde tesisin yapım ihalesine çıkılması planlanmakta. Özellikle savunma sanayide kullanılmak üzere bor karbür ürününün üretilmesine yönelik yine kurumuzca çalışmalar yapılmakta. Bordaki katma değer rafine ürünlerde 3 katına, bor karbürde 150 katına, bor karbürün kullanıldığı zırh yapımı ve nükleer gibi sektörlerde ise 500 katına, hatta 2000 katına çıkarılmış olacak. 2023 yılında yine yıllık 1000 ton kapasiteli bor karbür üretim tesisimiz devreye alınmıştır. Bu yönde de üretim çalışmaları, endüstriyel ölçekli çalışmalar devam etmektedir. Ar-Ge çalışmalarımıza baktığımızda bor ürünlerinin kullanım alanları sektörel olarak yaygınlaştırılması ve kullanım alanlarının geliştirilmesine yönelik tarım, kağıt, ahşap, çimento, demir gibi sektörlerde yine Ar-Ge çalışmalarımız bulunmakta. Yeni ürün geliştirme adına yapılan, yürütülen Ar-Ge çalışmalarında özellikle tarım sektöründe kullanımına yönelik granül ürünlerin üretiminde halihazırda yeni fabrikamız kurulmuştur. Bu yönde yine ürün çeşitliliğinin artırılmasına yönelik granül formda yine çalışmalar devam etmekte. Ayrıca lityum karbonatın lityum iyon batarya üretiminde kullanılması, nadir toprak asitleri elde edilip polimerit ve sodyum sulfatın kazanılmasına yönelik Ar-Ge çalışmaları devam etmektedir. Yine kurumumuz ile üniversiteler, enstitüler, uzman kuruluşlar ve araştırma merkezleriyle ortak olarak yürütülen projelere baktığımızda TÜBİTAK MAM ile trimetrik borat ve enerjiye yönelik sodyum bor projesi yürütülmekte, uluslararası ortak çalışmalar yürütmek amacıyla 2020 Erasmus projesi kapsamında Selma, Mater ile yine kurumumuz birlikte çalışmalar yürütmekte. Yeşil hidrojen üretimi projeleri kapsamında Avrupa Birliği'nin ortaya koyduğu yeşil mutabakat süreci kapsamında Kalkınma Ajansları Genel Müdürlüğü, Güney Marmara Kalkınma Ajansı, Enerji Sağ Üretim AŞ, Akbilsan Enerji, Sanayi ve Ticaret AŞ, yine TÜBİTAK Marmara Araştırma Merkezi ile kurumumuz arasında yine protokoller imzalanmıştır. Avrupa Birliği Ufuk Avrupa programının kapsamında Güney Marmara Kalkınma Ajansı koordinatörlüğünde oluşturulan Haysal Marmara Konsorsiyumunda yine kurumumuz proje ortaklarından birisidir. Yine yapılan Ar-Ge çalışmaları kapsamında kurumumuzca alınan patent çalışmalarında, patentlerde totalde 8 adet ulusal, 4 adet uluslararası olmak üzere 12 adet patentimiz bulunmuştur, alınmıştır. Tabii kamuoyunda bor hakkında yani %73'lük bir rezerv ve sahip olduğumuz ve dünyada 1. sırada yer aldığımız için kamuoyunda bor hakkında doğru bilinen yanlışlar mevcut. İlk fikir, düşünce, boru işlemeden ham madde olarak satıyoruz düşüncesi. Eti madenin ham bor, tüvenen cevher satışı bulunmamakta. Tüvenen cevher çıkarıldıktan sonra farklı fiziksel ve kimyasal işlemlere tabi tutulmakta. Fiziksel işlemler sonucu biraz daha zenginleştirilerek konsantre bor ürünlerimiz üretilmekte. Kolomenit ve üleksit bu ürünlerden birkaçı. Yine fiziksel zenginleştirme ve kimyasal proseslerden geçirerek yine rafine bor ürünlerimiz bulunmakta. Bunlar borik asit, boraks pentahidrat, boraks dekahidrat, susuz boraks, boroksit, çinko borat, etidot 67 ürünlerimiz yine nihai sektörlerde kullanılan nihai ürünlerin proseslerinde katılarak ürüne katma değer sağlamakta, ürünün yapısını iyileştirmekte. İkincisi, bor stratejiktir. Rezervin %73'ü bizde, çok üretip çok satalım. Evet, rezervimizin çokluğu ülkemizin güvenli bir tedarikçi görünmesinde piyasada bu gerçekten güçlü yanımız. Ancak rezervin güce dönüşmesi, üretim kapasitesinin ve ürün kalitesinin yüksekliğinin yanında ürün çeşitliliği ve müşteri beklentilerinin karşılanması ile anlamlı hale gelmekte. Üçüncüsü, bor nihai bir üründür. Hayır, bor nihai bir ürün değildir. Tarım sektörü dışında az önce bahsettiğim sektörlerde nihai ürünlerin yapısının iyileştirilmesi, kalitesinin arttırılması, performansının iyileştirilmesi adına proseslerde yine bir girdi maddesi olarak bor ürünleri kullanılmakta. Borun ikamesi yoktur. Tarım sektörü dışında borun diğer kullanıldığı sektörlerde ikamesi bulunmakta. Yine bor sektörünün devamlılığı adına ikamesi olmayan sektörlerin geliştirilmesi, ikamesi olmayan bor ürünlerinin geliştirilmesi, yeni kullanım alanlarının bulunması gerçekten sektörün devamlılığı adına büyük önem taşımakta. Çünkü ikametinin bulunması bor pazarında farklı ikame ürünlerin pazara girişi sonucunda bor satışlarının düşme riskini oluşturmakta. Bir diğeri bor enerji kaynağıdır. Borun ana yakıt maddesi olarak kullanılması gibi bir teknoloji hali hazırda mevcut değil. Burada altı çizilmesi gereken husus borun yakıt teknolojisinde bir enerji kaynağı olarak değil, hidrojenin depolanmasında kullanılan bir madde olduğu gerçeğidir. Ve son olarak eti madenin ihracat kategorisinde kamu sektöründe birinci sırada, net satışlarda kamu sektöründe üçüncü sırada, ihracat genel sıralamasında birlikte 13. sırada yer aldığını belirtmek istiyoruz. Dinlediğiniz için çok teşekkür ediyoruz.
Thank you, Mrs. Argan, for the presentation. Do you have any questions for?
Aşağıda 3,3 gözüküyordu. Üstte ise 2,750. Pazara sunduğunuz madde miktarı olarak %73, öyle mi? Üstteki dördüncü slaytı açalım. Dört, evet. İşte orada 202 milyon. Şu soruları da bir video yapsanız, internette paylaşsanız insanlarla. %73, bu 2023 mi? Rezerv değil mi o? Pazarın %73'üne. Rezervimiz ama 3,3 milyar ton diyorsun. Ama orada 2 milyar 753 bin ton var. Değil mi? Tamam. Ne tonu? Bir miktarımız. Onda da işte ama 73 yazıldı. Neyse, teşekkür ederim.
Thanks again to Mrs. Argan. So now I will call, I will keep you in for a moment. I will call Professor Hakan Ateş, the chairman of the conference, to give the plug for the support on behalf of General Manager of Denmark, Derya Maraşoğlu. So the last speech of this session will be given by Tanvi Tabiş. He's with us. And his speech will be titled as Next Generation Drug Therapy Nanosystems. So please, Mr. Tabiş. While waiting for presentation to be prepared, we have a plaque for Mr. Tabiş as well. So I'm calling Professor Hakan Ateş to give the plaque to Mr. Tabiş for their contribution to the symposium.
Okay.
Aşağı.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning. No, good afternoon. Uh, Thank you very much, Professor Hakan, for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to speak to you. I'm going to start. My name is Tabiş. I'm group leader and principal investigator at Radcliffe Department of Medicine, University of Oxford. I'm materials engineer by training, and my research over the years has focused on development of novel nanomaterials and scaffolds and different porous microstructures for drug delivery and tissue engineering. Today I'm going to talk about drug delivery in particular. Cardiovascular disease remains one of the leading cause of death. Among cardiovascular diseases, coronary artery disease is the primary cause of mortality and morbidity worldwide. Every 2 seconds, one person dies of cardiovascular disease, and every 34 seconds, one person dies of coronary artery disease. So this is a normal human blood vessel. In medical language, it's called coronary artery. There is a lining of endothelium. Endothelium has more than 3 trillion of endothelial cells, and endothelial cells continuously produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a free radical and a vasodilator. It relaxes your vessels and normalizes your blood flow. So what happens in a diseased blood vessel? There is a narrowing of arteries. So how this is treated?
this is treated by the use of a stent. So stent, there are two generations of stents, stainless steel, which is called bare metal stent, and then there is a coating of different chemotherapeutic drugs onto the stents, which is known as drug-eluting stents. Drug-eluting stents significantly reduce the problem of in-stent restenosis. So in-stent restenosis is that after using this stent, so there is again a problem of inflammation around the stent. So what happens in in-stent restenosis? So there is a significant inflammation around the stent. So we hypothesize that if we use nitric oxide releasing stent, so we can solve the problem. So first of all, nitric oxide is an example. So this is continuously produced in our body in different cells and different tissues and organs. So there are different three forms of nitric oxide synthase. So that's basically an enzyme of nitric oxide. So there are two forms which are constipated. For example, one is endothelial nitric oxide synthase, so which is produced in endothelial cells. One is neuronal, which is produced in brain, and one is inducible, which is produced in macrophages, basically antimicrobial actions. So what happens? Nitric oxide declines with age. At the age of 40, you only got 60% nitric oxide left in your body. So what are the clinical consequences of insufficient production of nitric oxide? For example, the primary disease is cardiovascular disease, and then there are many other diseases, including eye disease, vascular dementia. So there are many drugs already in clinic based on nitric oxide. So for example, there is a nitric oxide inox cylinder used in labor room, and also GTN, glycerine trinitrate, for the treatment of acute angina. And this drug has been used over more than 100 years. So Alfred Nobel, the person who started Nobel Prize, so he was diagnosed with acute angina, and his consultant prescribed GTN, glycerine trinitrate. And he is the person who actually started developing GTN, because he has an industry of making dynamite. So he said, this is irony of fate that I work with glycerine trinitrate, GTN, all the time, and I have been prescribed with this drug. And he said, why should I take this drug? And the consultant said, I don't know the reason, but it works. So it took 100 years, from 1880 to 1980, to explore the mechanism, the why it works. So in 1980, this was described as nitric oxide. So this was described as a nitric oxide mechanism. So that's why it works. So there are many other drugs. So because there are already many drugs in clinic, so why do we need to develop new drugs? Because when you take them, for example, in the form of oral administration, they are lost in blood circulation. They're not targeted, selective to the site of action, to the place where we really want to deliver them. And also, their release profile is only up to 2 minutes, maybe 30 to 60 minutes. So we want to deliver nitric oxide up to like days, weeks, and months. And also we want to make it more targeted and selective, so only to the place where we want to deliver. So one option is to take nitric oxide supplements. So a lot of sportsmen take nitric oxide supplements, for example, in the form of L-arginine. So L-arginine is the primary source of nitric oxide in the body. So actually, nitric oxide supplements have also been used in clinic. So the problem is that they actually lower your blood pressure a lot. It's called hypertension. And then it also causes headache because it also crosses blood-brain barrier. And the other major challenge is it's not site-specific. So we want to deliver nitric oxide using different carriers, so different using materials. That's where materials come into the drug delivery formulation. So we want to deliver nitric oxide at the right time, in the right amount, and at the right place. So we use graphene. So why to use graphene? Because graphene has higher specific surface area. its synthesis is also very cost efficient, and also it can store high amounts of different gases and can also release, and we can also use different stimuli. I will explain all these things over the next slide. So I got this, my current funding from different funders. So we use graphene oxide. So graphene oxide is an oxidized form of graphene, so which has multiple functional groups onto the surface and the planes of graphene. So one drug, if you develop one new drug, it takes more than 15 years, 10 to 15 years, and it costs $2.6 billion. So why not you use an existing drug, but using different materials to deliver them at the right place? So why to use materials? Because we can encapsulate, we can store those drugs into those materials, and we can deliver them into the target site. So at least they're not, excuse me, so they're not lost in the blood circulation. And also, most of the drugs that we take them, they're most of the time they're actually cleared from the body just in a few hours or maybe a few minutes. So we also want to improve the retention time. We want to stay the drug in the body for up to several days. So my approach is that we use a layer-by-layer therapy. So where we use different core shell structures. So first of all, we have one core, and then we have another shell, another shell, another shell. So using different inner and outer shells, basically to develop different carriers. So because using different peptides, different polymers, so we can achieve all the properties we want to achieve, and we also want to address unmet therapeutic needs. So for this, I use a wide variety of peptides and polymers. So I'm going to explain this on the next slide. So here, today I'm only talking about nitric oxide because it's a gas. It's very, very difficult to deliver, but we can also use many chemotherapeutic drugs, and we can also deliver genes, messenger RNA, microRNA, and many other different highly toxic drugs. So this is the scheme to show that what exactly we work on. So there are two types of approaches we use: catalytic approach and non-catalytic. In catalytic approach, so because there are multiple sources of nitric oxide in the body, even in the patient, they still have a very balanced production of nitric oxide sources, but they don't have the ability to convert those sources into nitric oxide. So we use these materials as a catalyst that they will catalyze nitric oxide sources into nitric oxide. And the other approach is non-catalytic, so where we use external sources of nitric oxide with the material and we deliver them to different tissues. So what does it exactly do? So it improves the proliferation, so basically the population of endothelial cells, because endothelial cells are naturally producing nitric oxide. So we want to improve the proliferation of endothelial cells, and we want to inhibit the proliferation of smooth muscle cells because they are highly toxic, and they also cause problems in actually for example, in coronary artery disease, when the arteries are narrow. And it also affects cardiomyocytes. So we have great interest in mitochondria because mitochondria is the power hub of the cell. And we want to protect mitochondria because mitochondria produces more than 1,000 proteins. And then it also has anti-inflammatory effects. So we can also target different pro-inflammatory markers, and we can inhibit those markers. And it is also antiplatelet. So what are the typical applications we work on? One is the vascular stent, one is vascular bypass graft, and one is angiogenosis. There is a new blood vessel formation in different diseases. For example, in cancer, there is a parallel system exists to the normal system, vascular system. And we also work on myocardial ischemia injury. So when a person dies because of heart attack, the patient doesn't die actually because of heart attack. There is an episode of ischemic injury. That's where the patient dies. So that's there is no any treatment for that episode. So we are trying to do something on these lines. So today I'm going to talk about three studies. So could you please tell me that for how long I have to speak? Because I can quickly jump over different left. Okay. So these are three different studies. First, I'm going to talk about the annual generating approach. So this is polyethylenamine, so which has different amine groups, primary, secondary. And this is S-nitroglutathione, GSNO. That's the source of nitric oxide in the body. So if we use this amine group, polyethylenamine, as a nucleophile, it can attack the electrophile of GSNO and it can split nitric oxide. So we use polyethylenamine onto graphene oxide, and this is just the basic factorization using Raman, XRD, FTIR, and TGA to show that how much polyethylenamine or polyethylene glycol have been conjugated to graphene, and it can also improve the dispersibility of graphene oxide. So I'm not going into detail for a short time. So this is the nitric oxide production levels. So if we use just the source of nitric oxide, that's in red color, this one, so you can see that it can also produce nitric oxide, but only up to 20 nanomolar. That's not really therapeutically relevant. So if we use this polyethylene glycol graphene oxide in the presence of the nitric oxide source, so we can produce up to 80 nanomolar per second. That's what we want to achieve. So that's why we need different sources and different catalysts to achieve this. So that this was using electrochemical sensor to show the real-time production of nitric oxide, and the next one is chemiluminescence nitric oxide analyzer to show that how much in total we can produce. So you can see out of 10 micromolar GSNO, we can produce around 6 micromolar. So that's quite high. But if we just use nitric oxide source, we can only produce up to 2 micromolar. That's not really useful. So we use this one to scan materials to show that graphene can be successfully conjugated to stand materials, and then we show because these are polymer-based strands, so we also want to show that they are biodegradable. So if we do the accelerated degradation conditions, high temperature, so we see that basically up to 60 days, so there is a weight loss, huge weight loss in the material. So that's what we want to achieve, that because generally when you use stents, so you have to take them out after 2 to 3 years. But if you have a biodegradable stent, so it will be degraded and disintegrated into smaller size particles and will be cleared from the body. And so we also show that after 60 days, does those amine groups, that's what we originally hypothesized, that they will catalytically convert nitric oxide sources into nitric oxide. So do they still exist or not? And we can see that they still exist after 60 days. And after 60 days, we also showed using scanning lateral microscopy that graphene still exists on the surface of the stone. So another study based on nitric oxide releasing mechanism, where actually we deliver external sources of nitric oxide. So this is a mechanism called acidified nitrite. So acidification of nitrite. So if we use nitrite, organic nitrite in the form of like sodium nitrite, potassium nitrite, under different acidic conditions, the low oxygen, it will be automatically reduced into nitric oxide. So there is an indirect pathway of nitric oxide. A lot of people take green vegetables, so different other sources. So once you take them, so in our teeth, there is a bacteria, so which actually reduce that nitrite into nitric oxide. So that's also delivered to the body. So this, we got this idea from this acidification of nitrite, and we conjugated this to porous graphene oxide. First we made porous graphene oxide, then we conjugated cysteamine. So cysteamine has amine and thiol groups, so that's conjugated, and then we conjugated nitrite, acidified nitrite. Nitrite basically in acidic conditions, and now we call it S-nitro, so cysteamine functionalized graphene. So we show using XRD, FTIR, BET specific surface area. The porous graphene oxide has higher specific surface area than graphene oxide, and you can clearly see that it has the capacity of higher storage of anode. These are scanning electron microscopy images to show that once we conjugate them with different sources like histamine and nitrite, it doesn't really affect the sheet-like structure of graphene. So that's chemiluminescent nitric oxide analyzer results to show the how much nitric oxide we can produce. So you can see if we use 1 milligram per ml of the formulation, we can produce up to 30 micromolar nitric oxide. That's a very, very high amount of energy. This is the real-time release that if we just do it for 120 minutes, so we can deliver it at the rate of 10 micromolar per minute. This is another method called electron paramagnetic resonance, EPR, because there is a lot of controversy around nitric oxide detection, because the other techniques, they might be detecting nitrite or nitrate, so that's why we use spin trap method to trap nitric oxide using a spin of DETC Fe to show, and three-line graph clearly indicate that this is nitric oxide. So now, to show the effects on endothelial cells, so we use different concentrations of this formulation, and we can see that 250 microgram per ml has the best proliferation efficacy. And we also compared that the same concentration of 250 with all the unconjugated formulation as well, and also just the source of nitrite. And we see that this formulation is the best. So I'm going into detail a little bit just to show the why it works. So we use MTT assay, that's the cell viability assay. So maybe cells are just happy with graphene, so that's why they're not being killed. So we used DNA assay, BRDU assay, to show that the proliferation is actually the old cell's DNA has been proliferated into a DNA of the new cell. So it means that this is actually improving the proliferation. So why this effect? Because this is the end result from the cells. So we want to show that nitric oxide was actually inside the cell. So we used DFA, that's nitric oxide sensitive diet, to show that nitric oxide is actually released inside the cell. Okay, nitric oxide is inside the cell, so there is graphene. So we use Raman imaging, mapping imaging to show that actually graphene is also inside. And then the same effects on smooth muscle cells, because we want to stop the proliferation, inhibit the proliferation of smooth muscle cells. So you can see that 250 or 500 microgram per ml is actually having the effect on smooth muscle cells. But maybe the cells, maybe graphene is toxic to cells, so that's why they're not proliferating, that they're failing to proliferate. So we use DNA assay to show that actually the DNA of original cell is not proliferating. So then a cyclic GMP assay, that's a secondary messenger, that's a signaling pathway inside the cell. So we also show that when we use these formulations, so we also have effect on the cyclic GMP. And then also nitric oxide is inside the cells, graphene is inside the cells. So another study, so where we use supramolecular assemblies, so where we make graphene and using different peptides. So the advantage of using this approach is that disease cells, they have some key characteristics like low pH, high redox potential, overexpression of different enzymes. So if we make these assemblies, so they have basically an outer layer of assembly. So as soon as they're inside the cell and they go under, for example, low pH, okay, they will disassemble. So this is called smart actually drug delivery system. So we show that when we make these graphene peptides, this is diphenoxylene peptide, and a neutral pH, you can still see the sheet-like structure, but under acidic pH, you can see the disassembly. So we also show that under different pH, we can see that the nitric oxide release is only under low pH. That we also show from electron paramagnetic resonance. This brings me towards the end of my talk. I would like to acknowledge my funders, British Heart Foundation, Oxford University, ICMA, Royal Society. And I would also like to acknowledge my team members and also collaborators inside Oxford and outside. Thanks very much.
Thank you for the inspiring talk. So, do we have any questions for Dr. Tabic?
Yeah. Fine talk about classification, especially you are using, some, the very, known materials. Okay. The first question is about why we need to use, the graphene. I don't understand actually. So you are using, some kind of, the polymeric materials like, polyethylene, amide. Okay, it's a beautiful, materials that can, attach or, interact with, the cell molecules. But I don't understand the role of graphene. Okay, another question is about, again, graphene. So when you are forming, the nitric oxide, actually, especially in the catalytic systems, you have, some charge transfer, electron transfer. What about if you use, the graphene oxide, which say, the semiconductor, that can have, some charge problem. It can, some, the electron transfer from the one space to the graphene. It can, have, some negative effect. Another one is that you have the control release or burst release. When I see, the one of your slides actually at the, the 0 minutes actually, you have, the burst release about, the 18 nanometer or something. You have a burst release or something. Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. I will start at the middle. So the last question I will answer first. So basically, the release when actually the material is interacting with the cell, when you have prepared the formulation and you deliver it to the target site, and when the material is interacting. So because we have a layer by layer approach, so first layer is delivering anode, and then another layer, then another layer. So that's how we're making a controlled, slow, and sustained release. So basically, the first layer. So whatever the anode we have is the first layer. So it actually immediately start releasing. It is still controlled release because we are only delivering the amount of nitric oxide which actually our cells naturally produce. So because if you have a very low production of nitric oxide, that's not relevant. That doesn't work. If you have a high amount of nitric oxide, that actually produces a lot of toxic byproducts. Nitrosamine, peroxynitride, because you are a chemist, so you can clearly understand all these byproducts. And then also, so that's why we basically aiming to deliver the amount of nitric oxide which our endothelial cells are naturally producing. So the amount is therapeutically and clinically relevant. So that's where it starts, that's the threshold, and then actually it goes down. And then once the first layer is disrupted, and then second layer will start releasing in the third layer. So these are because of the nature of the presentation, these are just selective results, and I will also put the link to my these publications. And now the second question, then we have polyethylenamine conjugated graphene. So if we just use polyethylenamine on its own, the problem is that because it has a very high, rich content of amine groups. And once the nitric oxide is produced in the body, so nitric oxide can react with amine and it can make S-nitrous amines. There are more than 30 units of S-nitrous amines. S-nitrous amines, they're carcinogenic. They are one of the reasons to start cancer. So we want to actually avoid that, basically the byproduct. So that's why we have to use a carrier, because when you are using a carrier material, so you can actually control the interaction of those amine groups with basically the natural sources of anode in the body. So that's the reason. But actually, we're also using polyethylene glycol with this formulation I showed, because we're using two polymers to improve the retention time and actually the biocompatibility as well. So basically, because we're not using any other external stimuli to basically stimulate the action. So that's why we use this amine group, polyethylenamine, but because this is a large chain polymer, so we're also using small chain polymers, a small chain amino acids like L15, they also have a mean group. So we have actually we have done a lot of work with different, using a range of basically amine groups from large molecules to small molecules. That work is still in progress, but so far we got some good results. So that's what, based on that, we are moving towards next direction. And now the first question, why graphene? So because all that I already said, that's why graphene. So now basically this is made up from graphite. It makes it very cost effective as well. And also you can tune because of the higher content of its functional groups. So you can play around with those functional groups and you can do different types of conjugations, covalent and non-covalent. For example, in the case of supramolecular assembly, so we only want non-covalent because we want to break those basically interaction dynamic linkage under certain conditions of the disease. And also, this might be a biased answer because everyone has actually favorite molecules, compounds, so that's one of our favorites. But we actually want to take it graphene somewhere that we can show that it could have some practical application. Recently, there was a study published in Nature Nanotechnology. They also showed that graphene is actually safe in lungs. So they show different, that's basically in humans. It actually published very recently. That's also very encouraging. But we're not really directly using graphene oxide. We also introduce pores and we call it porous graphene oxide. And then we use so many different polymers. We also make it biocompatible. So yeah, so I think that might answer your question.
Thanks again for the nice talk. We don't have any other questions. I think this session has ended and it's the lunch time. So see you in the afternoon session. Thanks.
Ben de gene tahtaya bırakar mı? Burada öyle
Yani o zaman hocayla o müsaade var. Actually,